Hello and welcome to the catch-up section of this session. Highlights for me, my mod. Finally, my flatbed is not finished. It's stable. We found quite a few little mistakes with it. That's going into the bed of the trailer. The straps work perfectly well, nothing wrong with those. Not perfect, there's some of the positions on a couple of the straps are not quite right. That one's one of the better ones. That one slightly goes through. It's very difficult, you cannot see what you're doing. There's a lot of guesswork. There's no... You sort of really have to get a feel for the straps. There really isn't a golden way of doing it. You have to go from lots of different angles and... see it. So there is a lot of work in these things. You cannot see those straps when you're in the editor. You just can see the little eyelets, and that you choose a position, and these are magically drawn by the game engine inside the game. So yeah, you can't see them yourself as a modder. So there's a lot of going into the game, seeing where they are, taking pictures, coming out, changing the position, and that's after quite a few attempts. That's not bad. I'm nearly there. But yeah, we found out I've not got the lights on or anything like that. I've switched them off. I wasn't bothered. I was mainly out getting it functioning. It functions fairly well. It rolls straight. The wheels roll. The straps work. It's stable. So in every way, it works as a header trailer as well. I was quite pleased with that. That's why I love the ones without those things at the back, because obviously over half of this fitted onto this. So it was just as I would hope. And this is the biggest header, so that means this is going to double up as a cheap header trailer for any size. If it can get a 16 metre on over halfway, it's going to work, which means it's got to be slightly over 8 metres long. It's not bad. It's slightly longer than the TPS, slightly, and it's got a bit of a head bit as well, which is a little bit of extra room as well. Bit of a strange shot. I'm going to put some more eyelets running down, because the TPS, I love that about Sariga's TPS, so we're going to stick a couple running down as well. What else did we do this session? Well, we were quite busy. We have harvested everything now. Let me show you. I love to sort of show the purple harvest a bit. Always have the air. So obviously that's been ploughed. The stone picker has done all of that, where you can see the purple. Why can we see the purple ploughed, but it's not showing us? Cool. Oh, it does the cultivar. Yeah, no, that's right. The cultivation bit is where the stone picker's gone, and the ploughed bit, it goes put away. I love the way it does that. So you can see the plough has nearly done 3. Got this done, and yeah, how well did we do? And that is a good question. It is, actually. We ought to go and get that. The traders... Why did I forget that? I have no idea. Yeah, I think I'm wrong. I've left it on the edge of the field, haven't I? Yeah. We got 6 tons in storage. Did we already put... Yeah, we did. We put some tonnage already into the bakery. I am going to be sticking some of the self-sufficiency, because we're going to make some mineral feed, which is still, I think, probably equal, if not more, than doing the bakery. But we've already got the bakery, so I'm not going to but I'm going to probably do a 50-50 split. So whatever's in the bakery is going to do the bakery, and this is 44 tons, and there's 6 tons in that. Well, it's 3 tons, because 3 of it came straight out. Yeah, I was saying, and that's another thing. Obviously, if you're going to do what I've done, where I've got all of the different types, so you can take it out. Because some things are only productions, I've included those, which means you need a pallet. This is struggling. Even this is struggling. Wow. It means you need a pallet spawner, which of course, if you put pallets materials, then even oats can be put into a pallet. So therefore, it literally throws the first few things straight out. So although I was saying I didn't think I did need a blocker, I might actually, I will need a blocker. I will, for this particular type where you can keep it blocked unless you want to unblock it. So I am going to have to do a bit of an animation, definitely. I'm going to use something like bollards. I did want to, the modder that did the cones, I quite liked the idea of raising the cones, but I thought, yeah, but I mean, I might ask permission, because I suppose I could design a cone, really. It's only I could actually, I'm being silly. I can design my own cone. I can. Oh, right, okay. No, you shouldn't have done that. Yeah. Where is it? Where is... Yeah, it's ever so strange how... It'll be the John Deere again. How the John Deere disappears. It really does. There's no... It's got to be on that field somewhere. It really does. I thought it was me imagining things, but it's just nowhere to be seen. Now it is. So it is on that one. Let's tip this as well on the edge. So it's nearly finished. 4,000. I do love the fact that Black Sheep Modding's increased the capacity on this. It makes it a little bit more useful. Yeah. I do prefer the realism of this over the Mack Trucker one. But I still did love the capacity of the Mack Trucker one. I was always torn. I like the idea of this as the 9.5 metre because it's fairly big, believably so, more than the real monster. But also the Mack Trucker one, it is fantastic. I do love it. Yeah, I am. But obviously the fact that the arms are so long, it does mean that it is prone on hilly ground like this to actually stick in the ground. At that point it is not so good. So this doesn't do that a lot. Yeah, there's not many things that it gets stuck on, whereas obviously the Mack Trucker one, as much as I do love it, it's I love the storage more than anything, because it is just obviously a converted trailer, so it's not like it's selling porcupines. The other thing is, obviously, you will notice we've got a new member of the team. This is the BI Model 7 tractor. It is very much like a Deutz, because it is a Deutz, only the shape is a Deutz. It's a model we bought the rights to. They call it under license, where you're allowed to create under license at a cost to BI Industries this particular old model of Deutz. So it's the BI Model 7. It's slightly more horsepower, 247 horsepower, and it does 29 miles an hour top line. So but we are good at tech, so we have tweaked it slightly, and we are producing it almost at cost. It really probably should be, even by BI Industries, about 55,000 ish, I should say, but we're doing it for 27,777. But I doubt very much that Giants will allow it to pass. This is true. I don't think that will pass at all. Agreed. No, I doubt it will. I mean, stranger things have happened, and I do intend. I do intend on putting a front loader on it. I would like to do that, which obviously the Giants one has not got on, nor the option to do so. We're going to do the straw next session. We've done the straw off all of the field. Yeah, we've done the straw on everything except. Oh, we need to borrow a minute actually. Yeah, we need to grab that off there, or he's going to whack it very soon. Yeah, an awful lot of straw. We'd already got an absolute shed load, well over 1 million litres before we'd done these fields. So, yeah, we've literally ramped a load. So we've got well over 1 million litres. I'm not going to bother sort of that one. That is not really important, because we've got more than we know how to do. Not sure what we're going to do with the straw, but I do intend on trying to do the very best of whatever products we've got. If we can, through the self-sufficiency, convert that into something else to eventually give us cash, then we will do it. Ooh, even for this, that is a real hill. This is a typical JMGaming monstrous hill. Which, I know, Oak Bridge is Oak City. Oak City, yeah. I'm getting so confused between Oak Bridge and Oak City. Yeah, it's It's very got some real humdinger hills as well. Absolutely. Ooh. We used to get... Now, this does prove my point. I said Giants had nerfed the horsepower. Now, this used to a struggle. This is the strongest tractor we've got. This would bring 55,000 litres up this hill. Now it can't do 44, and it really is back slipping. I am literally slipping backwards. So let's see if we can cut across someone and get a bit of grip. I don't think we... Yeah, so that really does prove my point. I was definitely right that it has been nerfed. Yeah, it does this very Let's Play. We used to come up this hill with a full 55 ton... I think we should just about do it now. Yeah, 55 ton payload. Remember, we want self-sufficiency. And then on our very last year, we're going to switch back to vegetables, and at least we'll have observed crop rotation, even if it's not. I haven't got it in the game. I think you should take oats. What? Have I not put something? Oh, please don't tell me I've not put oats in storage. I should have done, because I've got a recipe that's oats. That is corn, wheat. No, I haven't. That proves it. I wondered why. I was looking at this the other day. I was thinking, why is it I have not got oats in storage? Which means if I switch that on, it probably says that. Ooh, all my life, I really need to save the game. Yeah, something is not happy. Scripts mission lure 658 update. Main lure 1195 update. Right, that's a bit... That's not me then. That's not one of my mods. Yeah, so that's the reason it won't accept this. I obviously will correct that. That's not going to be... So we've got 44 tons of oats in here. We have... In the production silo, I think it was about 6 tons, but obviously 3 tons are outside, so 7 odd tons. We also have in our other silo, which won't show anywhere there. Yeah, we've got... No, we've only got that in storage. Oh, I didn't realise that. So the production silo, because it's a silo, it still classes it as storage. That is amazing. Straw, 1,024,000. Have we got anything going in the self-sufficiency at present? I think we have. Oh, we were waiting to do stuff. Right, okay. So, yeah, that is it, really. Did we do any buying and selling on this session? No, we didn't. It's all been work. It has all been, like, harvesting the last 3 fields, which we've just seen. Oats is a very poor year, really, in comparison to what you'd have got with wheat or barley. We are a shed short as well. Obviously, our one thing is, because there were so many trees in the area where the shed used to be, the game has stolen the shed, because it will not draw it. Even if you've got one there, it will just fail to... sort of do that. So we need to stick another shed down, and not at our cost. I did realise in this session as well, this is an unrealistic header. I didn't mean to do that, and there is a realistic header. It is probably, though, the very last time we'll use this header, so I'm not going to worry about... I was going to swap it, but I thought, well, you're back to vegetables next year, so really we don't need to worry about it, so we won't. So I've only got one field left to... how are we doing on the... we have finished. Fantastic. Let's just tip this. And we'll set it going, because I do love that. That is a fantastic bit of... See, there's an awful lot of promise to the game. I've got to be honest, as much as I've slated Giants, and I do still think that we are about where it should have been at the time of release. The game that you see now with its little glitches is what I would have expected to buy a game and to have some things not quite right. But we got a game that was absolutely nowhere near right. And it's still not right. There's still a lot to be... Yeah, weird little glitches, graphical glitches and all sorts of weird things still going on. Still shimmering that shouldn't be there, and all sorts of weird and wonderful bits and bobs. But it's... yeah, it's almost what I would have expected at day one now, where things are not too... Well, yeah. Cato or Cato, however you pronounce it. Yeah, you will do that. And you, of all the places in the field, and it'll still go back for more. Let's just make sure. This young lady. I think she should reverse. I should be alright. That's why I thought I'd quickly do that match. Oh, they're going an awful lot further than they need to, though. Right, yeah, so that is about it, I think. Yeah, so we've done all of our harvest. We've shown what we've got in. The straw, an absolute shed load. This is the only field that we've got left to grab the straw from. Yeah, that's what I meant. I was talking about a blocker. I was not going to use a blocker, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make some almost like bollards, but I'd like to use the cones. But I was going to ask permission of the modder that made the cones to borrow his mod for the blocker, but to be honest, I think I can make my own. I really can. It's not going to be difficult to put orange and make a decal of the white around the thing, or just, yeah, true, I'd have to do it in 2 or 3 sections, with the white being with my level of ability. That is the easiest way that I could do it, is to create one thing that was really 3. I'm trying to think. Let's have a look at the cone design. No, that's not how you get to that. It's this one. I think it's in miscellaneous. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I've seen cones all my life, and I can't for that now. When I'm thinking about it, I can't for the life of me think what they're actually the colours. I'm sure they've got a bit of black, a lot of orange. No, some have got black, but yeah, mainly white. I was almost right. I could only picture the white in the middle. I suppose I could do it with a single. Didn't have to have 2 white splashes of white. I could do 1. That way I could do it in 3 sections. Really? That wouldn't be too tricky. It's a plane at the bottom with a bit of thickening, and then a cone at the top, which is a thin cone. So I think I could do that. It's not going to be too tricky in Blender. And then I'll make my own cone. And then I'll have them rising up out the ground like a bollard, I think, so that you can block it. A switch, I can figure that out off other mods. To be honest, there's some things that obviously you can borrow. Any electrical switch, I can sort of borrow from a Giants. Yeah, I can just steal one from one of the... And it's allowed to grab one from one of the buildings, like a light switch, and then switch it on, switch it off, and then it'll raise and lower. So I think I could do it. I'd like to do it anyway as a sort of a test to see if I can actually do it. But again, the modding's sort of got to take a backseat to my content creating. I'm determined I'm going to carry on with a 2, but obviously I was a content creator first, so I'm not going to neglect that at all. So we bought this trailer as well. I forgot, just seen it. Yeah, we needed another one. For grabbing the straw and that, so I thought it's not too late. It's still a cracking second trailer, but I do beat myself up because I could have bought the Red Rock, which I love as well, and I let that one slip through our fingers because I thought, oh, we've got a big trailer already. Yeah, we have, but a second trailer's never a bad thing, really, a second big one. So yeah, we've obviously done most of the ploughing. That last field to do, which we can... No, we can't. We need to get the straw off that one last field. So yeah, we'll set these going, and I don't mind if the stone picker and the plough do that last field at their leisure, like we have done on many of the others, as we're working and going through the winter, because obviously soon our harvest is over. Well, our harvest is over, but it's just the aftermath of cleaning up and all the rest of it. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, that is the end of the catch-up, I think. We didn't really figure the animals in because we'd already fed them first thing. Eggs are coming up again nicely. Oh, that reminds me, I fixed this. It should... I did it this morning. I thought, come on, you just crack on with that. Its collision had somehow gone all over the place, so I should now be able to walk without bashing into something at the back there, which I can. Ooh. Oh, I have not quite done the collision right. I've pushed it in a little too far. At least it's pretty much where it should be. And the food thing was all good and everything. So I'm pleased with this. It is now ready to rock and roll. And I do love the fact our chickens are outside. Someone else has done that actually, but I did it first. I did, in my defence, it's true. Well, actually, I've got to be honest, MA7 Studios did it first in FS25. Was that the game with the idea? I love to see those chickens out and about, free range, roaming around in the yard. I'd like to do it bigger, though. On my mod, it's really much bigger than this. It probably is about out to here. But for some reason, it only goes to that. So I'm going to have to do the mesh a bit differently, but I don't think it takes much notice of it, because I was watching Farmer Bob a long time ago talk about the nav meshes for the chickens for these, and mine's much bigger than that, much bigger. How 130? So these are the youngest. These are, oh wow, these are literally full adults. So these are nearly out of puberty. So those little tiny last few birds that we see, little ones, are soon going to disappear, and they're all going to be adults. So that's fantastic as well. So yeah, that really is it. So I fixed that. I've done my flatbed, but it's obviously not finished, but it's usable, which is good. So I'm going to be starting to buy that on all of the Let's Plays and using that to try and iron out any kinks, and then I will be putting that on the mod hub as well. I quite like it, and it is all my own work. Everything, the flatbed, the drawbar, and the shockers underneath, they're all mine, and they are proper shockers. They've got like the double ram showing as well. So yeah, all that remains to be said is I hope you enjoy the rest of the session. Right, once more on to Risoux Forest. Yeah, it's I've set the work going, but there's a lot of trees around, so I'm really not sure it's going to do what it did that last time. I think we might have to take some of these trees down around the edge, because I think they're going to go straight into that. I kept setting the wrong. Exactly, I set you in the only place you could have done. Silly worker. Yeah, absolutely. Artificial intelligence, I don't think so. Right, okay, let's, I think, oh, seriously, yeah. It's fairly obvious that was like that. Let's go down. Oh, we don't need that. Let's just go into the field a little. Oh, I have as well. I forgot they are very thorough. Ghostplay is very thorough. Oh, now it's doing this weird thing where it literally, so header down on. It is weird how it is different. Like, I think we're just going near as like a tiny headland up. So nearest. Right, I have finally got my act together and managed somehow to actually, oh, that was a bit of a weird glitch. I've managed to do my trailer finally, so I'm going to buy it. Need to test it, he says, with grand expectations. The picture's wrong. So one thing I've not got around to doing the picture yet, but it really should be in every single way. Oh, there is maybe one glitch. Yeah, I think it's a little bit too low. I think its wheels going to the ground, which means it needs resetting. Obviously, I wouldn't ever release this on the mod hub like this. This is just the really rudiments of me finally managing to actually get this done. I've got to be honest, this is completely me from scratch. Every single aspect. Well, the tyres, obviously, everybody imports the tyres from Giants. But the flatbed's mine. Obviously the tension belts are Giants as well, although the positioning of the tension belts is all me. Every bit of work on this obviously is my own work from Blender, and it's a very simplistic design. It is. It's sort of a cross between the self-made trailer and the TPS, but it is not either. It really isn't. Aha, this is actually above It does work. Not. I think my position's almost right now. It was if you look closely at my ends, they're almost sticking properly up, but there's the odd one like that that's not quite right, and that one equally not quite right, nor that one. But I mean, we're not talking major, massive, terrible thing. Oh, it's a bit of a collision at the end that shouldn't be there. Oh, is that me? I think it is. I think that's mine. It's not quite right. So yeah, this side's better, but again, there's the odd one that, again, this is rudiments. It's really testing time. I've tested it and it works, but this is where you like find you've missed something and it doesn't. Now it was dragging all over the place and my wheels would not turn. But, oh, and that was the hardest of all things was actually getting the wheels to work right. I was like, why is this not working? And then I had to literally rip it to pieces. I don't know how many times I've ripped this to pieces and put it back together. It hasn't got any lights. Well, it has got lights, but they're all hidden. It should have the plates. Oh, okay. Oh, I probably moved it and it's gone somewhere else. It sounds good. Now, this is not really going to help us right now, but I am determined I'm going to test this a lot. It's not perfect, but it is self-made, so it's not going to be. The welding's probably a bit poor and very reasonable. I say, really, the TPS was my... I mean, I don't mean the shape and everything's all mine. I did originally, and I might go back to this now that I've actually got the basics. I wanted to do what Sariga had done, which I love the fact, obviously, it's one of my favourite trailers, that he's done those straps that go down. And I thought, well, I could stick one there and there. And actually, not only would it go all the way down, but it'd also capture something extra on the front. So it's not a square trailer. It's a strange shape here where you can actually stick an extra something on it, and I quite like that. That appeals to my... please tell me... No, he is still going. Right, so that's done. We've just now got the testing section. I'm going to put it on all of the Let's Plays because I really do want to test. Now then, we do want you, but you're going to be... Yeah, we can like... yeah, I'm going to time-lapse this because although obviously we've done everything on this, we need to... carry on in the, I'd love another trailer. Is it too late to buy mine? It's just that it's really slow going with just that like 25 odd tons. It really would be nice. I kick myself because we got the Red Rock, which is actually my favourite by Fast Farming, and I didn't actually bother with it. It was annoying. Yeah, I really was annoyed by that. Afterwards I thought, you Wally, why did you not grab that? You needed another trailer, really. We've got my little ones, but for like things like straw and things like that, really, it's about time I also did the bigger one. But I'm working on a liquid tanker now, a medium-sized one that really is my own, and this is like, it's actually based upon that model, but with a big tank on the top, and I've obviously reshaped and sized the base so that it's perfect for that. But I'm still having difficulties. No, I ran out of time this morning, that was it. But I thought I was going to come home and I was going to do, I thought, no. Right, we need the trailer. Well, we're waffling on. We do. I would say it's probably up here. I would say. Yeah, I thought you're a content creator first and foremost. That you can do later. You really can. I'm going to do a bit here and there, like it's probably Friday night when I'm not at my best. I might trying to do. Obviously, I'm also changing my postings so that I'm only doing one a night. It's still far more than almost every other content creator. It's true. I can't do everything, and I'd like to do the modding. Even if it is just for the content. I mean, again, I've got 4 items in for testing now for Giants. So we'll wait and see what happens. Right. Anyway, yeah, let's buy a trailer. It's a shame, really, but yeah. Well, no. Let's do trailers. I'm gonna go for my own. Yeah, the BI big trailer. Not the really big though. Not that one that's broken. This one here. I am gonna do again. That's another on my to-do list. But yeah, this is what we're buying for now. It's a good size trailer and a very reasonable price, and it's bigger on the inside. Yeah, we do indeed. And of course, as with all BI industry stuff, it is made from reclaimed materials. So it's, yeah, that's why it is, and also done at cost by other farmers like, you know, ourselves. And we want to switch those zone, Microsoft. And are we on? We're on dollars. Right, I'm glad we realised that at the beginning of the session and not later. Euros and off. Fantastic. Let's get that. Yeah, I am going to do, it's still going to be based roughly on the same model, but it is going to be larger. But you can't, you can't just stretch a model like that. You've got to blender it, so it's still going to be there. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this model though, because it's also a manure spreader, which actually makes it a bit more complicated. And nice. Perhaps that wasn't I thought there's a definite collision there, but I thought it was my trailer. But it's the same place as that, and this also had something go wrong, and my trailer has long since moved. So perhaps it wasn't me. I was going to say I have tested it, but I haven't gone everywhere around it. You don't like do everything. So let's grab this for the straw, and you haven't really finished your fibbing because I can see a lot. Oh, you're in the middle. Why do workers always do this to me? Yeah. Always, always, always. I did. It's weird. You can all see that those steps are definitely... And it was down, and I have the header selected. And now, in exactly the same position, it says, oh, that's alright, but I was already in that position. This is a bit sort of, it feels a bit cheaty sometimes. I didn't realise that when I actually bought this, I really didn't realise it was like sort of a cheaty one, and I bought it because it was very reasonable. Yeah. The deal over there, you can see that. That's States. There's a few bits and bobs of it. So yeah, just feel a bit bad to visit with that speed. It's beautiful with the kids. It is, it's true. Yeah, it's what is it? You could still do the one that's cheated. And not that I didn't really, I can honestly say I don't know if there was an option to buy a non-cheated version. Because if I did this a couple of times before, with the cheater type of mods, and I hate it with passion, but if you can't choose it, it was really an economical choice, because it was very reasonable, so it's really we have a tree, missed, I thought I hit something. Trees keeps getting. Let's just see. Chop it down. Yeah, I'm hoping we can get all the rest of the things. I was earlier. I was thinking, do I do anything now? I haven't been doing enough time. How many years? Oh, I think no, it won't show the proper years. The only way to do this is to look at the age of our equipment and look for a piece of equipment which would be the tractor. The big blue is the only one that's going to tell us the truth. Is it going to? Yeah, no, it will, yeah, because it was on my equipment list and it came in, so we are looking for... Oh, my life. What? Can't think of its name. I'll know when I see it. Yes, I've been doing work all on my own today. Literally, the boss was off. Dalbo Damcon, Home. No, Lizard. Oh, it is unrealistic as well. New Holland. There we go. It is 66 months old, and it was new. So in 72 months, we'll have been here 6 years. I think that's long enough for almost any. The only one that's beaten that was Timonka, and that was more about the fact that we got through some years at the beginning, like, because we'd only got one field, so you could whiz through a year in a session, and you know, you could really, I think it was like 17 years. I've never ever had a Let's Play that was like that. I think we were like, yeah, American Maps also was to begin with, I think the same way. Oak Ridge Farm, likewise, that's very similar. We literally, this is going to be a nice one, yeah. It would be, or if it were Bailey, this really would be an absolute nightmare. So I might swap the header. But like, oh yeah, there's a new fantastic mod that I thought that's cracking. You can actually buy things from your farm. Yeah, you can put a thing down and actually buy that. I thought that was a really cracking idea. So it's all happening. It is. I'm hoping to have the liquid tanker. Yeah, it is true. One thing that did very early on, and I keep thinking it's me, but every single time I walk around with a Giants thing and I sort of take it to blender and I pull it back and something's missing and something breaks. I'm like, and the editor is a nightmare to work with. It 1 minute it's working, then there's a glitch and you're moving all over the place. Farmer Bob was on about the same, and it is true. He's not kidding. It really is like very glitchy. Someone was defending it, and I thought, no, Farmer Bob was right. It really is definitely glitchy. Definitely. Right, field 8. 60 meters. Will you this time be able to go first point? There's not so many trees this side. Clicking up field, that won't do anything. Right, okay, let's grab, how much have we got out off that field? And we do want to be making sure that we do, yeah, it's not just for the bakery. Yeah, we also need to do some for the self-sufficiency. We are going to be, oh, please don't clang into the one object in your way, which is the, yeah, I am one of my biggest things. When I finish the liquid tanker, I'm going to, like, Farmer Bob has, a massive shout out to Farmer Bob for his kindness and mercy upon myself, and also many other mods. I'm quite sure modders didn't know how to do it. He's shown me how to do a round decal. There was one thing on one of the Giants things, but it was on a diffuse, and I thought, I don't know how to take one item off a diffuse. Please tell me you're not stuck. Oh no, this is the wrong one. Yeah, so he has very kindly shown me how. In fact, if I wish to, I could grab it straight from his Patreon. He's done it for those who wish to just download it, but I don't. I want to follow his tutorial because I am trying to learn like Blender a lot. I've been plenty of practice. I'm getting a little better, but I've got to be honest. Blender's one of those things that it's never. It is a bit of a nightmare. We also need to grab the other trailer, which is right there. Let's move that next to that. Yeah, so I could download it in cheap, but I want to learn Blender, so I'm going to follow his tutorial to the letter, and then we're going to see round decals on all of the round buildings that we have, and they should look far more professional than they do. They're not bad. I mean, to be honest, they're not terrible, but with having so many round models, even that could be a decal. And I did try it a long time ago. I wasn't completely out on what I did, but I was a long way off it. Yeah, there's an awful lot more to it than what I have done. Right, so we need to. Right, I am going to go into a time lapse though, because there's a lot of work to do. So I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. I've just realised. Obviously, I cleared the path to the to our other field. I realise now the trees are back. It's gonna be. There is a bit of I'm not sure, a header. Oh, this might be a perfect opportunity to use my new trailer. It might actually. This is true. We have run out of. Yeah, one of the action. You'll do nicely. We don't really need you to, although we are going to need it in a minute, so let's just wait. After this harvest, I suppose we won't be using it, so it'll just be a one-off. I'd be a bit more careful about picking, you know, like which items I do. I thought, seriously didn't realise I'd got an unrealistic. That which... Is there then a realistic? Yeah, because I thought headers, grain headers. Is there a normal one then of this pack? Unrealistic. Ah. Oh, hang on. Titan header. Ah, no, there is. I did pick an unrealistic one. My bad. So there is a choice. I like that. We will swap it over at no extra cost, because it really was. There's no way I was trying to do this 10 miles an hour. So we're doing it at double speed. Yeah. I'm aiming for realism. Yeah, so let's grab that trailer. Now, it's not going to fit on here terribly well. We all know this. It's just, it really is the only thing we've got so far that's actually anywhere near. So, no, we were going to use the let's just let you go, and we will put that header trailer on there. We may need the services of the telehandler, and we shall go on an adventure into the forest. Might be, yeah, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be a similar size. I think it's slightly bigger than the TVS, but we're talking a gnat's whisker. It really isn't a lot. I deliberately wanted a real flatbed as well. Yeah, and it is really all my own work, which, yeah, it's a... Can't really see it very well, can you? No, the axles with traditional shockers. It really is sort of like a... Yeah, not traditional, not springs, it's shockers. It's got a shocker both ways, and it's got a solid bar at the front with, like, the wheel, which is quite amazing. Right, so... Oh, yeah, well, it is uneven. It was like that all the time. It was really quite... Obviously, we know it's going to be way... Oh, my life is way too... Oh, not my life. This is going to be a bit... If you tied it down, it would work. It's true, it would, but it's... As far to the camera. It's over halfway. I always said that about the others. It's you know, we need to strap it before we release. Yeah, if it's over, it's over halfway on. And really, it would actually work. It really is as simple as that. Ooh, I might be able to get to use follow me. I've not used it at all, but we are best to follow the harvester, because I've got to be honest, unless follow me's changed, it's going to be pretty awful. Right, so where is the track on the map? Where are we aiming for? That's what I want to know. Which points? Oh, it's sort of a little bit more to the left of where we're facing. Oh, like there, I should say. Right, we're going to need you. Let's completely straight. Yeah, a bit too close. Really? Now I'm going to scrunch my wheels now. And can I remember? Oh, I can. Oh, it's got a countdown now. Amazing, fantastic. I love it. It's getting really quite good now, in so much as we've got like the naming mod. I love that. There's a few mods. Telehandler weights, I've half done one myself, but DD Mod Passion, the master that he is, it's definitely... Oh, that's... Ooh, it's more to the right. That may be a bit too bad. Here we go. It's not, it really is, it's not about a proper path though. It was always about a demarcation line for like what the fields or the outline line. That is what we call a little bit. Yeah, like it's, yeah. That's going to really fox the work now. Yeah, it's going to crash and burn the same, so we need to, wow, there's a lot. Yeah, I've got to be honest. No, she's managing. Fantastic. In fact, she's done a better job than I did. See, AI can do that sometimes. Yeah, there's sometimes quite a few. I like the fact that JMGaming's done the trees at different angles, because yeah, it's nearly there. Right, that'll do. Now, have we still got our follower following? We have indeed. Thank you very much, young lady. That was a cracking job. We're going to need to reverse. Yeah, so we will, after this harvest, Mika. Yeah, I think they're foreign names. And again, I really do hope that we can put names. And I've not got anything again. I don't know how to pronounce properly. I was saying this. We've got a lady at work. All my life. Oh. That's wandering. And as it would going downhill, really. I don't think I've got chocks or anything on mine, have I? That's one thing I'm not really actually thought of any need of having, but I wasn't thinking about Risoux Forest, was I really? Yeah. And that's going to work. Now, it's a point, actually. Yeah. Also, I've got now I see the reason why you need chocks. It has actually got a front thing when it's stationary though, but it really should not be doing that, but it goes to show I've not quite got this right. Still not quite got this right. Still its wheels turn now. There's definitely improvement definitely improvement on what it was. I did all of them at first like session, so first week and go, and it's wandering heavily into the forest. Oh no, it's still going. We need to quickly get that get the trailer before it like wanders halfway or goes off the map. Oh my life, whereabouts is it? It's a very hilly map. Oh my life, where on earth has it gone? Oh, I think I saw it. I did. It's luckily caught on a tree. That's hilarious, it really is. Oh yeah, I think we need to definitely invest in some chocks on this design, especially for maps like Risoux Forest. So it did work though. It did, as into, and it is over halfway on the header. Ooh, we have a casualty of the trees again. I think that's the nearest. We're gonna have to involve that as well. I'm gonna have to put the header down. Select the header, and we're gonna have to probably drop it again. We can all see it's down. Oh, it worked this time. Grab that other trailer, and I do realise we have got the I was going to say grass then, the straw to do on this field too. Right, I'm going to go back into that time lapse, but well, it was not. Wasn't a total failure. I've got to be honest. I'm quite pleased. Again, and that's another reason why I really wanted to test, was because it's only in real life situations that as a mod you think, oh right, I missed that, didn't I? I didn't quite do that right. And it's these situations, and that you will. it has taught me an awful lot doing this mod from scratch. All the different I won't bore you with the details, but there is a lot, I mean a lot, that goes into making a mod. Far more than people ever realise. The mod, hat off to those modders that have modded all of the bits of the kit that we so really do enjoy, because hours and hours of work goes into each mod. It really does. Yeah, I thought that would fit us. It's a little bit taller, this. It does work though. It's sort of almost, for its size, the perfect height, and it's a push. I do love that. Gonna make I say, am I gonna? I think the only other push in the game is that one. Really, I could use that shape and make it longer, because I think that's a manure spreader as well. Yeah, that's the trouble. I want a push really, but there aren't many pushes in the game, and I wouldn't know how to make a push from start. I need the basic mechanics, and then I can work with the actual model itself. But I can't do that, not yet. No, I'm not. I suppose. Yeah, I was just thinking. Yeah, it's true. Most things it's observing the mods, like I could observe this one and see how it gets done and then actually do that myself. I suppose it's not, but the push, look at the modelling on that, it really is a thing of beauty. Really, the engineering on that is phenomenal. And obviously whoever in Giants does the manufacturing of these, and it's a thing of beauty. It really is. It's very precise, not like my very, very basic trailer. Still, I was going to say, it is true, I was thinking this myself. Do you start with the Mona Lisa, or do you actually make an ugly painting as your first attempt? And I would say probably the Mona Lisa comes an awful lot further down your career as an artist. and this time I'm not talking about me, the art. Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose it is a form of art, really. It is. It really is a. I mean, Farmer Bob is fantastic with his placeables, but I've got to be honest, he was saying how terribly he was with Blender, but he knows, yeah, he literally went to a brand new version of Blender, which, and I think it was quite a few versions different to what he'd had before, so there were quite a few changes. He still coped with it. Oh, I see. Those are delicious mushroom. Yeah, he really did cope very well. But he is similar to myself in so much as he's not afraid to show his human side, and that he doesn't know everything. But what he doesn't know, his experience and his tenacity and perseverance. He's got a really good character, and again, very kind, which is quite rare. So yeah, a really massive shout out to Farmer Bob, because without his assistance, I don't think I'd ever would have figured that out. But not only did he teach me that. Now, I won't go into too much detail, but when you grab a Giants model and you take it into Blender, now they all have collisions, like a collision mask, and it's seriously. Oh no, that'll be the plough. I was going to say. Right, okay. What I'm going to do, I was thinking about this, is I'm going to set the stone picker. I don't want them crashing into each other, so the stone picker's going to be like following on. It does go to show that as much as many tractors as we've got, we really haven't got quite as many tractors as we really need. We could have done with another one or two. And again, we still got another year to go, so I don't mind us buying another tractor. We'd we could really, the Little John's here. I'm not getting rid of it, but it's we really need this though, don't we? Oh, I don't. Yeah, no. I've just had a thought. We could buy. This is under license from Deutzfahr, which is something that really does happen, especially with older models that really are not so popular anymore. It is possible to... Oh, have I stuck it in? It still looks green. It does, yeah. I've got to do the picture on this. It's the BI Model 7. It's slightly more fast and slightly more powerful, but we're talking about a Nat Whisker. Fantastic. Yeah, I am eventually going to have the R&D department put a front loader on it as well. So it ooh, yeah, there is a collision here. I'm right. Wow. Right, so then we can set this going with the stone picker. Beautiful thing that it is. Yeah, I've got a different shade of red on the... it's more of an orange, but actually it was a mistake. But when I saw it, I thought, I actually quite like that. 2 different shades of red. You can see some of it is that red, and some of it's a nice, but it's sort of... I usually go... I mean, it is red and black, obviously, still, but it's still... I like it. Yeah, it's the same as when I first made the my sell point. I was like going to fix the fact that it hasn't got smoke, and I can fix it. I know how to, but I quite like that, because the amount of times that you go under a where is it? It's around here somewhere. I'm sure it's a bit further. Yeah, when you sort of go under a sell point and you're not quite in the right place, you can see it puther everywhere. And I thought, yeah, well, it actually has realism, because you can't really see that you're missing the trailer. We all know you would, but again, it's that optical illusion that everything... Oh, we need to put this away. I don't think Roller Krista's accepted it. I think we tried. Yeah, so I'm going to keep it. I am going to put it in Mod Hub. I do like it. It's as a sell point. It's quite unique. There's nothing else like it. So this 247 horsepower. Note the 7. It's the BI model. I wasn't going to call it the BI model 1. I thought, well, everything with BI is always a 7. The mysterious, unique number 7. So I thought, well, let's call it Model 7. It's not going to hurt, is it? Right. So then, how are we doing? How is? I cannot see who that is. We need to be bringing the actual trailer down, don't we? Which is you. No, it is this, but yeah, we just need to borrow. Mind you, we've got the distribution silo, the pusher, as I like to call it, down there, so we can put this in there and push it up to here. It will actually be a good use of the production silo. Well, it is a distribution silo, I suppose, but it's that's not the proper name. Production silo, that's right. I actually like that, the distribution silo. Yeah, that we ought to call it that, aka the pusher. Yeah, I do like that about. Yeah, stick this on the side of the field, because Courseplay will take note. Right, fantastic. We do need this tractor though, so. Sounds a little bit quiet. It's amazing. I've got like at night I have my headset and it's a different sound card. It's much louder. So I oh, another one. Fantastic. Same kind as well. Do love this. Amazing. They are scattered all over the map as well. Literally, they are. JMGaming was very thorough in what he did. Right, yeah, I am. I'm going to go back into retirements, otherwise this is going to be a monster session. So I am going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, I think I'm still gonna sort of like do another session. We've got all of the. I just don't know how to deal with this kind of thing that when you stick things in, it comes out like that. It might be, yeah. I thought it was only going to be like multi, but obviously that's the drawback to being able to draw things out. Is the fact that if you've got a palette trigger, you can draw it out as whatever you like, but it's always going to like bring something out. So really, I should put some sort of form of a blocker. I might have to do that. Again, animations are not my strong points. In fact, I've sort of got a bit of a clue, and I think I could work through it because you have to choose a similar mod, and my spreader has an animation, but I didn't do it. That's because it follows a pattern that Giants have like set. We've got a bit of a. It's going through the metal a bit. Yeah. It actually. Yeah, it's true actually. I don't know that it would do that. I have not done the collision bed on this one, not yet. That wouldn't do that if I'd done that right. No, it wouldn't. I can fix that. And again, this is exactly why I'm really wanting this to be used, because it points out every single thing that I've either missed or not thought of. I mean, I know about the lights. That's the one thing that I really do know about. If we like level this, no, it's going to go worse. Right, okay. Yeah, it is very hilly. Don't know how we'd combat that. I mean, we'd have to go the right way, which is probably that way. And the weight should literally come this way a little. Although it was a bit silly because it could also wander the other way off the trailer. So I think we'll just have to take that. And it is something I can see that I need to get the bed on the collision. Yeah, it is strange. You think that's solid, it's not. It's like almost like a liquid, and you put collisions. Vehicles are very strange things, but then yeah, it's true. On my original models, there were no collisions on the silos, and you could run into them with a tractor, or you could run into them as a human. And it was only after a few Let's Plays that I thought, you need to fix that. So I did, and I'm not sure. This is the line that follows this hedge right up to the fields. Yeah, so again, but it's a completely different way with vehicles of collisions than it is to like silos and things like that. It's much easier to create a collision on a silo than it is to do child collisions on vehicles. It requires quite a bit of editing, and a massive shout out to Lambo Mods for actually sharing the secret of how to do that. It's not a secret, but what I mean is he showed you 3 or 4 ways, 3 ways to do the same thing. I choose the editing. The editing one's the most. Yeah, you're in and out of the Notepad++ anyway. So I thought, well, I'm going to use that method. So yeah, again, without these modders who are willing to, they're not secrets per se, but they are in a way. Not everybody shares them so liberally as Farmer Bob and Lambo, who literally very kindly sort of shows you how to do these things. Right, now the only thing is the stone pick is very slow. It is relatively, the plough is not. Yeah, so we are going to grab no, I'm happy. Oh yeah, we're going to literally leave it there, I think, because again there's an awful lot of work still to do, and this is going to be a monster session. So one thing I would like to do, let's just take this back. Any price difference, because it was a mistake. I don't think there's a need. I think I'm trying to think. No, it's true actually. I think we'll keep it. It really is true. Can we got the? Yeah, we'll grab the telehandler next session. Yeah, I'm going to say my goodbyes because obviously I'm going to do my normal what did we do this session. So yeah, all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.